Alright guys, welcome to the first episode of one of the most requested series on my YouTube channel, that is to how to set up a design system on Figma for UI designing. In this video we are going to see how to set up color styles for your style guide and design system so that the whole workflow is actually very much more efficient for you as well as for the designers who are actually coming on board on later part of the project. So without further delay, let's drop the intro. Before starting this video, if you guys are new here, my name is Shamriddhu Das and I'm a professional graphic designer, video editor and UI UX designer. In this channel we talk about designing tips, tricks and tutorials. So if you are into it, then consider subscribing to my channel. It's completely free of cost. So without further ado, let's jump right into the computer screen. So suppose you have two mobile screens like this. Of course this is not the complete application. The complete mobile application will be of some sort of 40 or 50 pages. But for this particular tutorial, let's hand off with two particular mobile screens. So suppose if you are showing this to your client and your client suddenly tells you that okay, let's change the theme of the app, instead of keeping it black, let's keep it blue, purple, yellow or something like that, then what will you basically do? As the scope of this video, we know that we have to change the particular color to something like this, and then we have to select the other elements which are on the black end, and then I have to click on this particular I button to change the color schemes like this. So all these processes are pretty cumbersome and inefficient. But what if I tell that you can actually edit just one color and all the other instances of that particular color will change in your entire project. For this particular project we are using only two mobile apps, but suppose what if there are 50 or 60 other mobile screens? We can't do all of that. So in order to tackle this problem, Figma introduced Figma color styles. So color styles are basically where you have to just change one particular color, one instant of a particular color, then the other colors of that same instance will actually change altogether for all of the mobile screens. So in order to demonstrate that, I already created these two replicas of this particular screen and I also created a few other styles of it. So as you can see, there is particular circles over here and there are some particular squares over here. So as soon as you understand the particular selected colors are coming as a round state, then you will understand that these particular colors are not general colors but these are color styles. On the other hand, these colors which are coming on squares, these are nothing but these are actually normal solid colors. So what if I click on this jet black, click on this edit style and then change the color from here to something like this. As we can see, all the colors which are surrounded by that particular instance are changing altogether. So this is actually very much helpful. This actually looks awful, but this particular feature is actually very much helpful if you are using a wide color from all the different kinds of projects. So in this video we are going to learn how to do this exactly. So first of all, let's go back to this page, and here I have created a template. So you can actually download this template from the links below. So on this particular page I created a template which is actually part of the atomic design system that we are learning over the course of this whole series. So here is the page specifically dedicated to color styles. So in this page, as you can see, there are many placeholders for various colors such as primary, secondary, monochromatic shades, errors, warning, success, etc. So these are the placeholders which we are going to use for exploding our color styles that are going to be used on our project. So many of the designers all over the India and all over the world actually use a particular tool known as coolers. Coolers is actually a very specific kind of design tool which actually helps you to generate random color palettes with the use of AI, and obviously you can create many more color palettes like this, increase the number of colors or even decrease it like this, and also these will generate colors automatically if you start hitting the space bar. So these colors will exactly go with each other, and also the contrast and everything is well checked. So from this color I actually like this color palette. So let's copy the hex code of this and paste it over to Figma. So for this particular tutorial I am keeping this particular reddish tone as the primary color and this particular bluish tone as the secondary color. Always remember, when you are choosing a primary and a secondary color, one of the color should be from a warmer color family and the other color should be from a cooler color family. So as you can see, this particular shade of blue is actually a cooler tone as compared to this particular shade of red, which is actually quite a warm tone. So that is actually something that we often maintain because that creates a very high quality contrast, which also doesn't hurt the eyes like we see in black and white. So if you see this particular color's hex code is B74F6F. So if you go back to colors and if you hover over this, you will see this particular grid box. So if you click on this particular grid box, you will find different shades of this color. So we will explore some of more shades of this. Let's go towards the lighter side first. So let's select this and let's copy the hex code and paste it over here. And like this only we will explore more. So I will keep this particular main shade in the middle, and on the left hand side I will create more of the darker tones, and on the right hand side I will create more of the lighter tones. So if I go towards this again and click on this particular shade and copy this and paste it over there on Figma. So I will basically fast forward this particular thing because this is already pretty straightforward if you are on this point of the video. So this is basically exploring random shades and colors of the primary and secondary shades. So we have created a whole spectrum. This was the color that we initially selected, and now we have selected two more darker shades of it and two more lighter shades of it. So this is a whole spectrum of a particular color. Let's do the same for the secondary colors as well. So accordingly for the secondary color as well, this was the color which we earlier selected, and now we have created a spectrum starting from darker to lighter shades of this particular secondary color. And for this monochromatics color, you know very specifically that monochromatics are basically the shades of grey. So we will select a shade of grey from here, and remember the hex code 808080 is basically 50% grey. So basically on the color scale it lies exactly on the middle. So here is the whiter tones, here is the darker tones, and here exactly in the middle 8080 will fall. So this particular shade remains in the middle, and let's go on a darker shade of it. Let's go on a whiter shade of it. So here as you can see, we have created 5 shades of grey which will be used many places in our particular projects and also in our future projects. So let's keep these shades, and shades are always constant. They are always white and black, because something that we will use basically on the background of the particular frames are always going to be white or black, or maybe something like light or dark, because most of the time the apps that you use in your real life doesn't have a colored background. They always stick to white or blacks. So here also we will do something like that. So as you can see, the shades are also created as white and black. And let's choose the error states. For error, warning and success states, we basically use a fixed set of colors. For errors we use red color, for warnings we use yellow color, and for success we use green colors. So also we explored this quite a lot. So for the error states, let's go to Google, and just in Google Images let's type down UX design error states colors. So these are the error states color that we use for particular design. So let's select a color from here. This is looking perfectly fine to me. Let's paste it over here, and let's also select a lighter version of the same color. So let's choose this particular color and let's explore it a little bit and choose the lighter version of the same particular tone. So this looks perfectly fine to me. Let's select for the warning state. Let's select for this particular color. And let's go back to Figma and paste it over here. Similarly, we will explore a lighter shade of it. And that's how it looks. And for the success state, let's go back to Google and let's type success. So here you will be able to see these kinds of green tones. So let's copy it from here and let's paste it over here. We can create a more darker tint of it because this seems a little bit more lighter to me, and this looks perfectly fine. So as you can see, we have actually set up the particular template in the way we want it to use. So here we have to do one interesting thing. So right now we have actually created the particular template and filled it out with our particular favorite colors. But now all these colors are actually in general solid colors. But what we have to do is that we have to convert each one of them into something which is known as color styles. So right now if you select this particular color and if you see over this fill layer, you will be able to find out these particular 4 dots. If you hover over them, it will say style. So let's click on this and let's click on this plus button. So if you hover over this plus button, it will show create style. That is actually also a good thing of Figma, that if you sometimes don't know what exactly a button does, so you can hover over any button and it will tell you, it will give you a prompt that what this button actually does. So let's click on this plus button and let's create a style for this. Let's name it. So I will write is red 500. Similarly for this also I will go to styles and click create a new style and I will give red 400. So now if you see it over here, it is giving like this. So we can do this for a few other color styles as well. Let's see how it turns out to be. So right now if you go to if you press escape key, you will be able to find out that these color styles are created. So red 500, red 400. This is actually a very good sense of color styles, but what we can do is that if there are even more shades, so right now there are only 5 shades, so if there are even more shades like 10 shades or 15 shades, it will be very difficult for us to use. So in order to do that, in order to create that, we can do something like this. So let's delete these color styles as of now. So if we again select this particular color, go over to styles and click on this plus button. Let's click red 500. But in order to make something beautiful to happen, I will create a whole slash over here. So red slash 500. Now let's see what it does. We will also copy this particular name for later portion of this video. So let's click on this create style button. So now you can see it's red slash 500. Let's go to this. Let's do the same thing, red slash 500, but instead let's make it 400. Let's do it for all the other shades of red. So right now I actually name the color styles of all of these. So as you can see, red 500, 400, 300, 200, 100. So these are nothing but the strengths of these particular colors. So this particular shade is red 500, this is 400, this is 300, 200 and respectively. So let's do the same thing for blues as well. So I will again go to select this particular layer and go to the styles button. Let's create a style. So now I will again type blue slash 500, copy it for later use and let's click on create style. Again let's do the same trick for others as well. So now as you can see, we have segregations. So remember I told you that if you give this slash button, a beautiful thing will happen. So right now if I press on the escape key, we will be able to see the local styles as color styles, and these are segregated according to red and blue. And if you click on this red and blue button, you have all these trends accordingly named. So now if you have even 15 or 20 shades, all of these will be named accordingly and you will be able to use this seamlessly. These color styles won't get mixed and matched for all the different kinds of color styles. Isn't that amazing? So that's why it's always a very good practice to segregate all these color styles by the usage of slash character. Isn't that amazing? So let's do for the monochromatics as well. So right now we have a segregation for monochromatic as well. That's super awesome. Let's name these colors as well. So currently we have done the same thing for all the different colors like this, as you can see from here. So if I actually select all these colors and press escape, we will be able to see that there are all the segregations made accordingly. So success we have 200 and 100, warning we have 200 and 100, error also same, shades we have black and white, monochromatics we have 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, blue also 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and red also 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So all these color styles are segregated accordingly. So that's how we actually lay up a particular color style guide. So now if you in any other particular page create a particular frame like this, and let's create a couple of more frames, and let's try to make a simple design like this. Alright, so now we have actually created a particular type of mobile screen. So if we click on this particular button, we can go again on these 4 circles and everything is now laid out according to what we have created. So let's keep this red 500 and let's keep this as blue 500. Also let's see how the color styles look in these particular cards. So let's make it red, let's make it red 400, let's make it red 300, and let's make it red 200. So now we can see how this particular spectrum looks like. Similarly we will keep these particular color over here, red 100 and red, basically blue 500. Same thing for here as well, red 100, red 500 and also blue 500. Let's select the blues over these cards and let's see how it looks. So as you can see, this is how it turned out to be. So now what's the efficiency is like, again if we are making a small frame like this, then also we are making something new element like this, and then all the colors are consistent right now. So this particular red color will be same as this particular red color, because in the older cases what we used to do is that we will make this particular button like this and we will click on the I button to select this color. So that is something that we don't have to worry about now, because all the color styles are laid up accordingly, and all these color styles when they are exported will look exactly similar to one another. So that is how the efficiency of these color styles will be. And also the most important thing now here, if we select all these frames like this and if we try to change any particular color style, so let's tell that let's make this red 500 little bit deeper. So I can right click on it, it will locate it on the palette. Let's again right click and then edit this style. Let's click on the properties and then make it a little bit more deeper. So as you can see, all the red 500s are getting affected equally and everything will be synchronized. Even if you create 1000 pages like this, then also all these red colors will stay up accordingly. And if you click on this one instant and then if you right click on it and edit the style, then also for all these particular pages the styles will change accordingly. So that is how we basically have to set up a design style guide like this. So even when other designers are coming on board on this particular project with you, they all feel relatively confident when they are using these particular styles. So guys, this is a small particular quick kind of video because many people actually requested me how to set up a particular design system, and also this is actually the first episode of this series. In the next particular consecutive episodes, we will see how to set up the type scale, how to set up the shadows, how to set up the spacings, and how to set up the buttons as well. So in this particular video, I hope that you enjoyed this video and it created a lot of value and efficiency in your design career. This is how you can create style guides, and this is how you can actually make your design workflow more efficient even for the other designers in your team and even for your own benefit, because as you have seen, even if you change one instant of a particular design style, then all the other instances will get affected. So that is how your workflow will be much more easier. So guys, there you have it. That's it for this video. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Till then, stay creative and I hope to see you in my next video.